You're watching WEAR News, the morning current on WFGX.
Good morning, 7 a.m. on a Wednesday, and we're so glad you are here on the Morning Current. I'm Laura Huss.
I'm Jerry Willits, and let's start with a story that everybody and their third cousin are talking about. For the past 9 months, those red light cameras have been catching people blowing through the red lights in Pensacola.
Originally, they said the goal is just to cut down on people running the red lights, but apparently that's not exactly what is happening. Not according to the citations issued. WEAR's Aria Circa been working on this for a couple of days. What have we learned?
Well, Mayor D.C. Reeves revealed that more than 26,000 red light traffic citations have been given. The most violations are captured at 9th and Gregory with 8,300 violations. Officials say when they have a year's worth data, so that's about in January, they will work with the city to find ways to improve safety.
We're looking at how we can make sure we're allocating traffic resources well outside of red light cameras, but the manpower of traffic resources to see what we could do to help mitigate those things. Those details of exactly how we'll deploy that.
The Florida Department of Transportation says they are looking at signal timing and speed limits along the corridor of 9th and Gregory to see if there's any additional changes that can improve the safety overall. Right now, the Pensacola Police Department is focusing its efforts on other intersections where there are not red light cameras.
Well, a big question would be, well, a lot of questions really. If I get a citation and I don't believe I really ran the red light, what do I do?
Well, if you get the citation, if you allegedly ran a red light, they're gonna send you a piece of mail, right? It's gonna have the pictures that they took of you, and it's also gonna have a QR code so you can go watch the video. Now, if you still don't think you ran the red light camera, you can request a hearing and appeal the citation. But if you lose that hearing, you're going to not only pay the $158 violation, but also $137 in administrative fees.
Okay.
All right then.
All right.
Well, I'm just going to just plead guilty and pay the fine if I do that.
Better make sure you're not guilty.
Lots of traffic on social for this one, as you can imagine. More than 600 comments. A lot of people against the red light cameras.
Joe writes, it's easy to avoid a ticket. Don't violate the law.
Larry said it's all about money.
Now, Austin thinks it's all about signal timing. It absolutely needs to be readjusted. The green lights are way too short.
The discussion will continue, but let's move to the Epstein files, the big national story today. And at this point, they are one signature away from being released.
The House passed it yesterday, 427-1. Who's the one and why? Clay Higgins of Louisiana voted against it.
Yeah, he said there were privacy concerns around that. Apparently, they're saying this abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. As written, the bill could reveal and injure thousands of innocent people. That was what he thought anyway. People who provided alibis, family members, etc. So he says if it was enacted in its current form, this type of broad reveal of criminal investigative files released to a rabid media, his words, would absolutely result in innocent people being hurt. Not by my vote. There you go.
Yeah, he was the one no vote on this. Now, the Senate, they said they agreed they will unanimously approve the House bill with no amendments or changes to the bill. Mike Johnson said he was disappointed that there were actually no changes for the Senate.
The bill heads to the president's desk. He says he is going to sign it, and then it could require the release of all federal records on Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and any individuals mentioned in connection to criminal activities.
All right, victims' names and identifying information, as well as any items containing child sex abuse material, would, of course, be excluded.
All right, that will be developing through the day. As you can imagine, hundreds of people feeding back on social media. A lot of folks say they can't wait to see this stuff after waiting so long. Others think it's going to be another nothing burger.
From Sarai, and we still will not get the truth.
Robin said it needs to be done, and no matter who did it, they need to be held accountable.
From Marcella, neither side will believe it, so really, does it matter?
Amy wrote, let's get it all out there so we can move on. All right.
Here at home, a Pensacola man will learn his fate today. He was convicted in a deadly 2023 shooting at the Mugs and Jugs bar in Escambia County.
The sentencing for Christian Ketchup is scheduled for 8:30 this morning. He was convicted in September of second-degree murder with a firearm. This is all in the shooting of 25-year-old Tierra Binion. It happened in the parking lot of Mugs and Jugs in August of 2023 during a fight between Binion, the victim, and Ketchup's girlfriend, Rachel DeReese. Shortly after it all happened, he turned himself in.
Now, Rachel DeReese entered a plea deal, pleading guilty to misdemeanor battery, served a 12 months, a brief stint in the jail, and then with 12 months of probation.
And we'll bring you that sentencing, obviously, as soon as we have that information. It is scheduled for this morning. 5 minutes after 7 o'clock, still quite a bit of fog to deal with on your morning drive.
Yeah, it's definitely looking foggy out there. We have that dense fog across the area. We're going to be looking at this dense fog as we go through the rest of the morning. Heading into the next couple of days, looks like we're going to keep this really just foggy morning pattern around. Now, the good news is not going to last much longer. I would give it another couple of hours before we start to see it move out. Dense fog advisory does go until 9 a.m. and then as we head into the rest of the day, we'll have some sunshine, some clouds mixed in, and those temperatures warming up already around 61J, 60 Pensacola, 63 Bay Minette, 54 in Fort Walton Beach. We will have your highs today in those mid to upper 70s. Very light winds today. We're not going to be looking at too much of a breeze, so it is going to be feeling fairly calm. We're going to be looking at those temperatures warming with a little bit more sunshine by the time you hit the afternoon. You can see how dry that radar is. Heading out the door this morning, just make sure you give yourself that extra time. Stay safe on the roads. We do have that fog. And then going into your afternoon, we will warm up mid to upper 70s for your highs today.
At 7:06 and a half, we offer a foggy shot of Pensacola Bay Bridge, the 3 Mile, the fog, and of course those red light runners, the only issue you'll face today.
SNAP benefits were reinstated after the government shut down for millions of Americans, but now some of them could lose those benefits because of new requirements that passed in the One Big Beautiful Bill.
There are work requirements raised from age 54 to 64. This would be for able-bodied adults without dependents. There are exceptions changed for parents or family members with a dependent under 18 years old to under 14 years old.
It's estimated under these rules, the work requirements are pretty loose, by the way. They could be volunteer work, they could be job training, but they still say maybe 1.1 million people could lose their benefits between the years of 2025 through 2034.
Now, exemptions removed include homeless veterans, young adults in foster care when they turn 18. That will lead to loss of benefits, they say, for 300,000 refugees, asylum seekers, and those with legal protection for humanitarian reasons no longer eligible.
That would affect about 90,000 people there. Exemptions were added for Native Americans, and the states will have to still continue sharing in the cost of SNAP benefits.
A lot of people making the big effort to help those who are struggling, trying to fill the pantry this time of year, especially this time of year. A number of giveaways scheduled across Northwest Florida. Scan the QR on your screen and you'll learn all about them.
And as long as you're right there on your phone, send us your pictures. We'd love to share them later on the show. Text WEAR-TV to 95577. Maybe you're just giving us a coffee break smile, or maybe you got a cute pet. You can look for the Chime In tab on our website as well.
When the Morning Current continues, new details in a death investigation of a teenage girl in California. The man now they consider a suspect.
And the National Transportation Safety Board releasing the cause of the Key Bridge collision. What led that boat to lose power and slam into that bridge?
And still, while you got the phone out, take a picture of yourself joining us in the coffee break. Share it with us and we'll share it with everyone.
There are reports now saying the singer David is considered a suspect at this point in the death of a teenage girl in California.
You remember the body of a 15-year-old girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to David. This happened in September. David's legal name is David Anthony Burke. The car was in an impound lot in L.A. The teen had been dead, they say, for several weeks, reported missing as of last year.
ABC News is citing an unnamed source, but here's what they're saying, reporting she'd been dismembered. The cause and manner of death has still not been released. Investigators believe now that maybe more than one person was involved in disposing of her body. David is not cooperating with investigators. His home was searched back in September. He was on tour when the body was found, and he canceled some shows.
Also, they canceled a new deluxe edition of his debut album. It's called Romantic Homicide. We'll find out more and let you know.
The step-sibling of a Florida cheerleader who was found dead on a Carnival cruise ship may be facing charges.
Anna Kepner from Titusville was found dead November 8th on board the Carnival Horizon. The cause and manner of death not released. Now, Kepner's stepmother recently requested a delay in an unrelated custody hearing. In that court filing, she says the FBI is investigating Kepner's death.
And then she reveals that the FBI told her one of her minor children, which will be a step-sibling to Kepner, could soon face criminal charges. No other details have been released.
The NTSB generally figures it out, but it takes a while. Now they say the power failure that caused that cargo ship, the Dali, to ram into Baltimore's Key Bridge, causing it to collapse and killing 6, was all because of an improperly installed wire.
The NTSB released their report yesterday, and they said this accident was totally preventable. They also found safety issues related to that ship's machinery and electrical systems, quite a list.
In March of 24, the ship experienced 2 blackouts before fully losing power, hit the bridge while construction workers were filling in some potholes. 6 died. The NTSB says that wire had loosened over time, finally disconnected from a breaker, and it resulted in the loss of propulsion and steering.
Investigators say there was a label on that wire that prevented it from being fully inserted into the breaker. Now, the NTSB did have praise for investigators for finding this thing. They say it would be like finding a loose bolt on the Eiffel Tower. The NTSB says backup systems on that ship were not configured correctly and simply did not work.
It went on to say the ship's crew quickly sounded the alarm. It gave time to close the bridge before the collision, but the construction workers didn't get any warning. They could have had time to move if they did. NTSB also found a lack of countermeasures to protect the bridge itself.
Now the rebuilding, the bridge is estimated to cost, the new one, as much as $5.2 billion, but it is expected to open in late 2030.
Back to D.C., lawyers for former FBI Director James Comey are due in court today as he tries to get his federal indictment just thrown out.
Defense attorneys are arguing that the indictment is simply a product of vindictive prosecution. Comey is accused of lying to Congress over FBI leaks to the press. He's entered a plea of not guilty. The defense claims prosecutors are carrying out an act of political retribution at the direction of President Trump.
Comey, as you know, has been a pretty vocal critic of the president. The president fired Comey in 2017 in the middle of the ongoing investigation into the Russian meddling in the election of 2016. Interim U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan presented the case to the grand jury.
A magistrate judge, however, has criticized Halligan, saying he found 2 instances in which she made fundamental misstatements of the law during her presentation. The magistrate also saying she failed to present the entire indictment to the grand jury, that charging documents which were presented were deliberately different. The trial is now set for January 5th.
Let's take a breath and talk about sports, shall we? There's a new team in the top 4 of the official college football playoff rankings.
Yeah, I do believe Aria and Mel Levy are going to be happy about this. The 5 highest-ranked conference champions and the next 7 will be seeded into a 12-team bracket based on the final rankings. The 4 highest-ranking teams got a first-round bye, but Georgia, a big fan favorite in the newsroom, came in at number 4.
Top 3 remain the same: Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama dropping out of the field to number 10. The Tide will have to finish out the remainder of the season. No mistakes to ensure a pick. If playoffs started now, the 12-team bracket would be top 4: Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama, BYU, and Utah.
But at this point, there are some teams right there on the bubble: Miami, Vanderbilt, USC, Georgia Tech, Texas, Michigan, Virginia, Tennessee, Illinois, Missouri, Houston, and Tulane. I hope you made notes. You will be tested later.
It is 7:16. Here we have a shot of Brent Lane near the interstate, or the interstate near Brent Lane this morning. Traffic moving smoothly there. No issues beyond a little hint of fog. Speaking of the hint of fog, what we got going on?
Well, first we're going to talk about
right.
the SS United States.
I
I was
forgot.
going to let you do it because you love it so much. Everybody in the newsroom loves the SS United States and its potential that will someday be the largest artificial reef.
I'm going to dig
in
up
the
my
world.
Nowie card and get out there and take a look when they get it done.
They're hoping a lot of people want to come dive what will be the largest artificial reef. There's been a lot of support lately, money coming in from Visit Pensacola as well as the Coastal Conservation Association to support the whole project and marketing it.
Yeah, and I remember hearing, I don't know if they're still planning on doing it, the live camera of it sinking.
I do understand there will be ships on board. I mean, cameras on board.
I'm very excited about that. I
That'd
love
be
a
very
live.
cool.
I love a live camera, so this should be exciting. But yeah, it's going to be off the coast of Destin, so it should be nice.
Yeah. Okay, so moving to our weather for here and now, we've got some fog you're dealing with on your morning drive. Brooke's been tracking that throughout the morning.
Yeah, we do have the fog this morning. It does look like it's starting to burn off. So a couple of hours ago, we were not able to see the beach ball. It was kind of like a game of where's Waldo, but instead of finding Waldo, we were trying to find the beach ball. We were able to see it now. We're going to be looking at just a few little patches of dense fog left. It does end at 9 a.m., that dense fog advisory. That's when we should see most of this burn off. But if you are traveling this road, it's still going to look foggy. We're looking above the fog, so it's not looking too bad on this camera, but we still have some patches that we want to stay safe through. So once again, our entire area under that dense fog advisory, you can see where we have the lowest visibility right around Mobile Bay. If you are traveling this morning along I-10 as well, looks like it is going to be an issue. So just make sure you're staying nice and safe out there. Give yourself that extra minute or two just to navigate that. As we head into the day, it should clear out. Now, this is not the end of the fog for us. We're still expecting the fog to redevelop tonight. Going into your Thursday morning, we'll have another foggy start on Thursday, and same thing going into Friday. This is the most impactful weather that we will see this week because rain chances remaining low. Temperatures are going to be warm, but not too high. We'll still stay in the mid to upper 70s, a few 80s. The main thing is going to be the fog with the humidity. It feels very muggy outside, and we're going to keep that around all the way into Thanksgiving. So that humidity level is high. We're going to keep that all the way through Friday, Saturday. Monday doesn't look like we're going to have much of a change through Thursday, so just get prepared for a warm Thanksgiving. 60s right now, getting into those upper 70s to low 80s. We'll see some 80s inland, and this is going to be really the trend into next week. Radar-wise, it's mainly dry. We do have the fog that we're seeing. We do have that humidity. We have the moisture in the atmosphere, not looking at any falling rain, and that's going to be the case through most of the week. You can see as you go through the day today, we'll have some sunshine breaking through. Heading into Thursday, the fog develops in the morning. We'll have calmer skies as we head into the afternoon, and then the fog develops again heading into your Friday. So we're going to be seeing that into Friday morning within that chance of rain going into Friday afternoon. It's going to be about a 20 to 30% chance of rain overall. So overall rain chance does remain low. We'll keep it around, but it does move out pretty quickly through the day on Friday. Quick look at the tropics. It's looking quiet. We're not expecting any tropical activity over the next 7 days. Just 11 days now left in hurricane season. Seatown rain forecast has 1 foot for the Gulf. Winds are variable at about 5 knots, and we do have your yellow flags flying with a good chance we will see those green flags later on today. Let's get you through your week ahead. We do have some nice weather. We are looking at the fog, though, as you go through the morning. We're going to be looking at those small rain chances as you head into your Friday, Saturday.
Are you a fan of The Simpsons? Oh boy, a long-time character quote. After 35 seasons, dead as a doornail.
Okay, spoiler alert.
All
If
right.
you are a Simpsons fan, we're about to talk about this week's episode, and a longtime Springfield resident is dead, killed off after 35 seasons.
Yeah, recurring character Alice Gluck died in the November 16th episode, Sashes to Sashes. She was the organist at the First Church of Springfield, and the episode Sunday morning is interrupted by the pipe organ blasting mid-sermon. What a way to go.
Yeah, the Reverend turns around and finds Alice keeled over with her tongue hanging out.
Okay, now this, a lot of times on shows they kill someone, they bring them back. Dallas being the big one. But the producer of the show, Tim Long, says, well, it's permanent, really. In a sense, Alice will live forever through the beautiful music she made. But in another sense, more important sense, he says, she is as dead as a doornail.
In the rest of the episode, the characters apparently are fighting over using the money she left to fund a music program versus an epic 3-day music festival.
See, now the Simpsons theme song is just like stuck in my head now.
Oh my God. People used to tell me I reminded them of Lisa Simpson. Is that real?
Really, you?
Yeah, that's real.
Could be.
I don't know. I don't watch. Anyway,
Let's take a poll.
let's talk about food.
Let's talk about
Every day on this show.
talk about gravy.
Oh my gosh. Somebody told me once gravy is not a beverage, and I was crushed because I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure?
An 8-ounce tumbler of gravy?
I could do it. I could do it.
That sounds disgusting. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't chuck it all at once. You just anyway. Heinz has come out with a new condiment. That's why we're talking gravy. It is inspired to an extent by the sitcom Friends. There was one episode where Ross had a sandwich, and he called it the Moist Maker because he put a middle layer of gravy in it. So anyway, Heinz has like gravy sauce.
Yeah, it's
The
made
limited
with-
edition leftover gravy is going to be made, they say, with real turkey broth.
Okay, I hope so.
You'd hope so.
It does not look appetizing. One time Brian made, side note, it was like one of our first Thanksgivings, he made gravy, but he added like way too much flour, so it just tasted like wet flour. And
Chunky style.
we didn't taste it before we put it all over the turkey, and it was awful. We're like trying to scrape it off.
Well, no wonder you had a gravy trauma.
It was
See what
awful.
happened? Anyway, if you want to try this stuff, if you're very brave, they will give you a recipe for the ultimate Thanksgiving leftover sandwich. And if you do it, send us a photo. We want to know.
It's available at Walmart online only.
It's some kind of kit. It's some kind of special, thing. I think you have to buy something.
I'm
else to
ordering
go with
mine
it.
today.
I'm sure you are.
A man accused of murdering an Eglin airman and his girlfriend is set to be executed. We'll review the case and more in a moment. Welcome back to the Morning Current. It's just about 7:29. The death warrant has been signed for a Florida man accused of murdering an Eglin airman and his girlfriend.
Frank Wall's execution is now scheduled for December 18th at Florida State Prison. It was July of 1987. Walls broke into the home of Eglin Air Force Base Airman Edward Alger and his girlfriend Ann Peterson. He tied the couple up and killed them both as they fought to escape.
Walls arrested the following day. Investigators tipped off by his roommate who said he was acting odd. Walls then admitted to the killings.
And then DNA linked him to the rape and murder of a woman earlier that year. He admitted to those murders in 1985 and 1986. Attorneys expect to file appeals with the Supreme Court in Florida and the U.S. Supreme Court.
A Baldwin County man is in jail. He's accused of shooting somebody over a cold shower.
65-year-old Herbert Eddie Kilcrease charged with second-degree assault right now. This all happened yesterday in Baldwin County. The sheriff's office got a call from the North Baldwin Infirmary. A man had come into the ER with a gunshot wound to his torso, his thigh, and his hands. He told deputies that Kilcrease, his neighbor, had shot him.
Now, police say there was an argument that started over the victim turning off the hot water while Kilcrease was showering at the victim's house. Police say Kilcrease got a shotgun from his truck and shot the victim on the steps of his home. Kilcrease says he was trying to scare the victim, didn't mean to hit him.
We have new details this morning about that visit by the Saudi Crown Prince to the White House.
The president welcomed Mohammed bin Salman yesterday, Crown Prince's first visit in 7 years. Now, as you know, U.S. National Intelligence held him responsible for the killing and dismembering of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
And then Trump dismissed a question about all of that, about the Crown Prince's involvement. Later, the Crown Prince announced a $1 trillion investment in American tech. The president had already shared that Saudi Arabia would be buying a number of F-35 fighter jets.
The president also said, we will designate Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally. Non-NATO allies don't have the same type of security guarantees, of course, that NATO members have, but it changes how the U.S. military will interact with Saudi Arabia.
Trump's administration is moving in ways, they say, that are designed to deepen and formalize a military partnership with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Good morning. It is 7:31. Glad you're with us for the Morning Current. And look, the fog is kind of still there.
Yeah, it really is, Brooke. Not burning off yet.
Yeah, and we are going to be looking at it maybe for the next hour or so. We are looking at some improvements, though. We're able to see the pier. We are going to be looking at some fog through the morning, but by the time we hit about 9 a.m. or after 9 a.m., that's when we should see most of it gone. That's how long the dense fog advisory does last. We do have temperatures nice and warm right now. We're continuing to warm up quickly. 60 degrees in AS Pensacola, 63 in Mobile, 63 in Jay, 57 now in Navarre. We are looking at very light winds as you head into your afternoon after that fog burns off. We should see partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to warm up. Not much of a breeze, and we could even see 80 today inland. So it is going to be feeling a little more spring-like with all of the humidity. We do have your radar saying dry, even though it's going to feel very humid. We're not going to be looking at much of a rain chance until Friday, and even that's looking isolated. Heading out the door today, the biggest thing you're going to have to deal with is that fog, so you want to make sure you're just staying safe as you are traveling through that. Getting into the afternoon, we will be staying in the mid to upper 70s for highs 80s inland, and then overnight tonight back in the 60s.
Check it out, your morning drive on a Wednesday. 110 is clipping along there at Creighton Road. We don't have any slowdowns, but as you can see, even when the fog is light, it's there. So just be advised as you travel about this morning.
Talk about the port for a second. Mayor D.C. Reeves is sharing more information, more details about a proposal for the Port of Pensacola.
This week we told you the city is asking Triumph Gulf Coast for $86 million. That group, of course, oversees the fine money from the 2010 BP oil spill. This money, the $86 million, would be used to attract a shipbuilder that would build a new facility at the Port of Pensacola.
Now, they haven't announced the actual company. The mayor has confirmed that major shipbuilding company headquartered in Denver has inquired about building a facility here. Now, the grant application shows they want to invest $150 million for the 400,000 square foot project. The city is pledging to match $14 million in that grant funding.
So the city's $86 million request from Triumph would make up about a third of the total cost. We are also told this project would create 2,000 new jobs within less than 3 years. Not clear at this point when Triumph Gulf Coast will decide on this proposal and whether the grant will be given.
The mayor promises if the funding is approved, construction will begin immediately, be complete within 30 months, with job creation ramping up at 50 jobs per month, he says.
That does not sound bad, right? We've gotten a lot of comments on the Facebook and other social media platforms about the city's plans. Mixed reactions, it turns out.
Jim says, awesome and truly a game changer.
Tommy's questioning it. He says, how many of these jobs will be locals versus people the company moves here?
And from Kimberly saying, I would hope the city would conduct an environmental impact study before moving forward.
Well, this week, Escambia County commissioners talked about hiring a consultant to streamline county operations.
The idea from Commissioner Ashley Hoffberger. She says it would be a big step toward reducing the tax burden while making a bigger impact on the money that we spend.
She was really highlighting the fact that some county departments maybe could be cut a bit, but there are others that need more money and more manpower. Perhaps an outside consultant, she said, would be able to make more of an unbiased evaluation of what needs to be done. So other commissioners agreed that cuts could be made, but they weren't sure that they couldn't do it themselves instead of, or at least in advance of, hiring an outside consultant. So we wanted to see what you thought. Should Escambia County hire an outside consultant to help them work more efficiently?
Oh, there your number. 41 said yes, 59% said, well, thank you, but no.
We want to give a shout out right now to 3 former Pensacola Blue Wahoos.
How about this? Yesterday, Miami Marlins announced additions to the 40-man roster, including catcher Joe Mack and right-handed pitchers Josh White and Will Kemper. All 3 have been with AAA Jacksonville, the Jumbo Shrimp.
Now, Mack was a top catching prospect. He played for the Wahoos in the 2024 season and started with the Wahoos this year, but moved to Jacksonville weeks into the season.
Now, White has been with the Wahoos briefly in the 2024 season, returned for a couple of months this year, emerged as a very good relief arm before moving to the AAA.
And Kempner played with the Wahoos last season before moving out. Congrats to all. A woman in Indiana looking for some answers about what happened while she is in labor. What she is saying, a hospital missed.
Dozens of health experts weighing in on ultra-processed foods. We'll take a look at their conclusions and what they say has happened to all of us. I'm going to have my mildly processed coffee.
Oh, shoot, this is processed?
Oh, man.
It's everywhere, it's everywhere. I'm drinking it anyway.
I'm going to drink it anyway. Join us. All right, now a woman in Chicago is looking for answers from a hospital. She says the hospital sent her home while she was in labor.
This all happened Sunday in Indiana while she was visiting family. Her name is Mercedes Wells. She's 38 years old. She says she spent 6 hours at this hospital until her contractions were just 1 minute apart.
Yeah, she says that during that time she never saw a doctor. She was having contractions 1 minute apart, and the nurse said she wasn't dilated enough and sent her home.
8 minutes after leaving the hospital, she gave birth on the side of the road with help from her husband. It was a baby girl named Alina, and she is healthy. But this lady is saying it was racial discrimination.
She also says she's an experienced mom, was giving birth to her 4th child. She knew the baby was about to come and was ignored. Now, the family is not seeking any compensation. They simply want accountability and some changes.
The CEO of Franciscan Health Crown Point Hospital sent us a statement. The video and comments it has generated, they say, are deeply troubling, and we understand the concern this has raised. The video is just one part of the information we are reviewing as part of a thorough investigation into this alleged incident.
Yeah, and the CDC does say more than 80% of pregnancy-related deaths in the U.S. are preventable, and the CDC says Black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. Why? The variations in quality of health care underlying chronic conditions.
Okay, moving on. Still talking health, though. 43 health experts are now claiming ultra-processed foods contribute to obesity, chronic health conditions, and premature death.
Food or drink made using processing techniques, additives, and industrial ingredients, mostly containing little whole food examples like, well, your soft drinks and your instant noodles.
Not the noodles.
Pretty much.
You'll have to pry those from my hands.
Don't say your instant noodles, your regular.
I like the instant noodles.
But here's the deal, you guys. If you go to Europe, you'll find the same products with ingredient lists that are maybe half as long, if not more. Authors are blaming food producers here in the States for putting profits ahead of health. There have been 104 long-term studies that have been done for this series. Out of that, 92% reported that you have greater risk of chronic diseases when you are consuming large amounts of ultra-processed foods.
Yeah, there's a significant association for 12 health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, obesity, depression, and studies do show links, not direct causes.
Well, correlation, not causation,
Yeah.
but we're getting about 50% of our diet in ultra-processed foods.
Study calls for government to regulate food with warning labels, taxation perhaps, advertising restrictions, and more. When we were out of the country, my wife pointed out that ketchup in other countries, you look at the ingredients, it says tomatoes. You open a bottle of ketchup here, it has tomatoes and about 20 other things.
When you start looking at it, it actually is mind-boggling. So we will see what happens.
You're going to have to pry the noodles from me, though.
Okay, we're prying the noodles from Brooke's cold, dead hands.
All these stories and more available for you on our YouTube channel, top local national stories. You can scroll and get quick bites on the best content. Also, we have the Morning Minute for you, 60 seconds of the big stories of the day to get you informed in under a minute. It's just all by searching WEAR News on YouTube.
Speaking of big stories, how long have we been talking about Roblox and the safety issues? Now they're introducing some new age verification rules. So we will talk about the things they will soon be implementing. See what you think, whether it'll make a difference.
Will it work? That's the big question. Roblox is introducing new age checks for its 151 million users.
This is as the gaming platform is facing 35 lawsuits claiming they fail to protect minors.
They're going to use what? Facial age estimation technology?
Not sure what that is. Sounds good. It's
Yeah.
a camera on the device and apparently that can scan the user's face.
Users can also provide a valid ID to Roblox to verify. Parents can also confirm and modify their child's birthday on the profile.
This whole deal is going to divide the users into age groups, starting with children under 9, then preteens, young teens, older teens, young adults, and then 21 plus.
There's more. Players under 9, Roblox will automatically disable chat. Now, parents can give consent and turn it back on after the child's age check. Chats are age-based for minors. Parents can add other trusted connections, quote unquote, for people outside the age group. This is all going to go on in January.
This is meaningful, particularly in our area. We've had a couple of high-profile cases involving Roblox. Remember the Walton County family that is currently suing for child exploitation of their 13-year-old son. They claimed that an adult sent this child explicit images and manipulated him to do the same in exchange for virtual currency.
Florida Attorney General issued criminal subpoenas to Roblox for a wider investigation.
All right, in this world,
Yeah.
and that's just one of the problems, right? Some parents are turning to a digital detox for their kids when they're concerned about too much dependency or excessive screen time.
Sending their children to a 4-week unplugged summer camp. It's called Reset Summer Camp. Takes minors 13 to 18 struggling with social media, depression, and gaming and things like that.
These kids actually spend 4 weeks in college dorms. They turn in their phones at the door. So 4 weeks, no devices. They're holding the camps from California to North Carolina to Canada.
And it only costs parents $8,000 per child. Camp Reset, by the way, there's an adult version of tech-free camps as well.
Oh yeah, if we're going to do it to them, we might as well see if we can take it.
It is 7:47. This is your Interstate Live Shot near Fairfield Drive. Light traffic moving smoothly.
Good morning. We do have some fog still across the area. It's looking less dense than it was just about an hour ago. We're going to be seeing an improvement as we head within the next hour. The dense fog advisory does go through 9 o'clock, but we are going to be looking at it improving through that time period. We do have the dense fog advisory for everywhere. So we're all looking at least some fog depending on which county you're in, but we're all looking at it, especially along Mobile Bay. We're seeing it along the interstate for parts of Escambia and Santa Rosa County. So if you're traveling the interstate, you might be hitting some of those patches. So this is why you just want to give yourself 5-10 minutes because it might be a little bit slow to go as you do have visibility issues. Let's talk about what we can expect over the next couple of days because this fog not going anywhere. We'll have it lift as we go into the afternoon. We'll look at some clear visibility there. Heading into your Thursday, we'll be looking at the fog redevelop. So it's going to be looking a little more dense as we head into your Thursday morning. So you want to give yourself that extra time again. There's a possibility of another dense fog advisory Thursday morning. We'll see it again on Friday. You can see it does lift and then moves back in as we head overnight Thursday going into Friday morning. So we're stuck in this foggy pattern. All has to do with just the humidity that we're seeing. It is quite humid and we're going to be seeing that last all the way into next week. Looks like we could have a bit of a warmer Thanksgiving. Temperatures right now are in the 60s. We have a few 50s, but they won't last long. 56 in Milton, 64 Pensacola, 63 in Mobile. Look at your highs today. 78, 80 degrees. That's going to be on the board for today. We do have that warmer weather this afternoon. It comes with the humidity, so it is going to be feeling a bit on the muggy side. Let's talk about rain chances because overall not looking too likely, but we will have a chance moving in on Friday. So you can see your radar is very dry right now. We do have the fog developing going into Thursday morning, so you'll see a few little reflections here. That's just because of the moisture. Heading into the rest of the day on Thursday, things will look a little bit better as we head into Friday. Fog will be possible in the morning, and then we'll start to see a small chance of rain as we head into the late morning afternoon. About a 20 to 30% chance is what we're keeping. So it is going to be an isolated chance of rain, but we can't rule it out. So something we will watch as we head into the weekend. Let's take a look at the tropics. It is still hurricane season, but just 11 days left now. So we are going to continue to watch it as we head throughout hurricane season, but we're not expecting any tropical activity over the next 7 days. So some good news there. Sea-time rain forecast, 1 foot for the Gulf, winds variable at about 5 knots. And we do have your yellow flags flying right now now, with a very good chance of green flags later on today. Here's that week ahead. We have some beautiful weather for you today. Temperatures are going to warm up into the upper 70s. That fog should burn off within the hour. We're going to be looking at some patchy fog for Thursday morning and Friday morning as well, with a small chance of rain going into the end of the week.
Here's a question. Do you have a strong password? Oh, we're going to find out. An online password manager just released their list of the most common passwords. Stay with us on the Morning Current. Apparently, we're not getting any better at that whole strong password thing.
Online password manager NordPass released their list of the 200 most common passwords across 44 countries. These are ones that are, easy to guess. They're not very complicated, and they do have a list of the top bad ones.
Yeah, you kind of can't believe that somebody used these, but let's get it all started.
Yeah, it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the most commonly used globally. And admin came in second, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Going to the 8. They'll never guess that.
You guys can look at this list. I don't know if there's one you really want to read, Jared, but if you look at this list, you kind of get the idea. Could you hack this? Could you guess this? Yeah, this is almost like you're trying to use reverse psychology.
I mean, there's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, that'll fool them.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's solid. Now, what you could do. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, they'll never figure that out.
Just throw in the exclamation point, right?
All right, so if you got anything better than that, I hope you're feeling good about yourself.
We talked about this the other day. A former Disney Channel star with this new app, Two-Way, W-A-I, Two-Way. It allows you to create an avatar of a dead relative and have conversations with them.
So we wanted to ask you, what do you think about all that? If you could do that, create an avatar of a loved one, do you think that's an appropriate use of AI?
Yeah, 18% say yes and 82% say no.
I'm pretty much on the no side. That just would be just a little too creepy, right? Yeah.
All right, let's hold the line on AI, people. I think it's us against the world.
We'll be right back in just a second.
But Chad is my friend.
You need new friends. Check it out, y'all. Brenda Cooper, happy 85th birthday from all of us at the Morning Current. Hope your celebration was wonderful.
Good morning, Eddie Clark. This would be your bald eagle in a peanut field.
What a cool shot. Thank you for sharing with us all your comments, all your photos. We love getting together with you on the Morning Current.
We are going to be looking at some fog as we go into the next couple of mornings. It should be burning off within the next hour. It does look like it is starting to improve, but just take it nice and easy out there just in case. Could still have some dense patches still stuck around. We're going to be looking at the dense fog through Thursday morning, Friday morning, possibly as well, with some small rain chances as we head into Friday. Overall temperatures staying warm.
All right, I'm going to, Rebecca, have the last word from the Facebook stream.
Yeah.
She says AI is creepy. Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you for spending your time with us on the Morning Current. We'll see you tomorrow morning right here at 7 o'clock.